The whispers in St. Agatha's. The old stone church stood silent against the gray November sky, its weathered spire casting a long shadow across the overgrown cemetery. Father Michael traced his fingers along the worn wooden pews, feeling the familiar dust beneath his palms. 30 years he'd served St. Agatha's, and yet something had changed recently. It started with the whispers. At first he thought it was the wind creeping through the ancient stone walls, but these were different. Hushed, desperate voices that seemed to emerge from the very foundations of the church. They would begin just after sunset, soft murmurings that grew increasingly urgent as darkness fell. The congregation had dwindled over the years. Only a handful of elderly parishioners remained, their attendance growing more sporadic with each passing month. Michael had attributed it to age and disinterest, but now he wondered. Last Wednesday, Mrs. Henderson disappeared after evening service. Her hymnal was found open on the front pew, a single drop of blood marking the page. The police found nothing, no trace, no explanation. Tonight, as moonlight filtered through the stained glass windows, the whispers were louder. They seemed to be calling a name. Not his name. Not any living name. Something moved in the shadows behind the altar, and it was not human. Chapter 2. Beneath the Stones. The whispers grew more insistent as Father Michael approached the altar. They weren't random now, they were deliberate, almost orchestrated. A name kept rising from the murmurs, Elizabeth, Elizabeth. He knew that name. Elizabeth Thompson had been the church's first caretaker nearly a century ago, back when St. Agatha's was newly built. According to the faded church records, she had died mysteriously in 1923, her body found in the crypt beneath the sanctuary. Michael pulled open the heavy wooden door that led to the basement. The stone steps descended into absolute darkness. His flashlight flickered, once, twice, before casting a weak beam against damp stone walls. The crypt was exactly as the historical photographs had shown. Row after row of sealed burial niches lined the walls, most dating back to the early 1900s. Dust covered everything, undisturbed for decades. Except one niche looked different. The stone seal was cracked, a thin line of darkness showing between the ancient stones, and carved into the stone beside it, fresh markings that looked like they'd been made recently, were 3 words. "She is awake." A sound echoed from deeper in the crypt. Not a whisper this time. A scraping, like something dragging across stone. Something was moving in the darkness behind him.